Hello and welcome to Destiny Digits. This is the life path reading for life path number 9. Whoa. So your life path talks about an opportunity that you have to walk out in this life. And so as a 9, you are very selfless. You're giving, you're understanding, compassionate, you're comforting, you understand, the perspective and the position and the journeys that people have gone on, and you are a people of the people. So you look to serve others. You put yourself second, last, or, not at all. So as a 9, you through and through are a humanitarian. So first card out, we have Voyage. And Voyage talks about, exactly that, the fact that you are currently traveling, right? Now we could be talking about physically, but we could just be talking about in your life, in your journey of life right now, you are traveling from one place to the next. But Voyage talks more, or just the using the word voyage as opposed to change, really talks about an excursion, a space in which you are going to be absorbing things that you didn't know before. You are learning things that were unknown to you. So when you are on this voyage, you need to be looking left, right, up, down, and around, because you have things to learn, things to pick up, things to collect. There are things you must know, and you are surrounded by things that you need to tap into and discover. And so this voyage needs you to be like a sponge, to be aware, to be expecting, but also to embrace. So this voyage, where does it take you? There's a gateway, right? And we also have a unicorn. And so I feel like this references your energy being unlike anything else, you being majestic and mysterious, but really possessing something that is needed. Others need you. And so you are a unicorn. You have a purpose to serve. And this voyage is bringing you to this gateway. And so what's on the other side is foreign, it is unknown, it is a space in which you've never been this version of yourself, and it is a space in which you've never been before, right? And so this is going to feel like a big jump. Something is going to feel totally different in how life is unfolding or will unfold. Now, this gateway leads you to freedom, right? So you're on a voyage, you're observing, you're absorbing as much as possible. And that is building you into this majestic unicorn, right? And so you're collecting things that contribute to the essence of you. And once you've collected all that you needed on this voyage, you're crossing into this gateway that leads to your freedom. So what does freedom mean for you, right? It's expansion, right? And so when we have this bird, freedom in this sense, just looking at the image, really speaks about sight, right? You have freed yourself up in a way that has given you sight. It has given you vision. It has given you perspective. It has given you the ability to really focus and to narrow in on the mission at hand. Birds are messengers. Birds are earth angels, essentially. They carry messages to earth, or on earth, from spirit. Everything matters. Everything means something, especially, the living. We're talking about all living species and things. And so I tend to pay attention to the birds and the type of bird and the sound and creatures and insects and, anything that crosses my path that is not human is a message. And I can choose to see life that way and really treat this as a scavenger hunt and explore my way to my identity, right? And I feel like this is what you are being called to do. And when you get to freedom, it's because you have broken free. Now you can fly your unicorn self, now you can just be free to be you. And this journey is taking you somewhere. So the extra card is thriving. And, this talks about opportunities being just as vast as the savannah, right? All the life and the abundance and all the differences that you can see in species, life forms, landscapes in the savannah also talks about what life is like for you once you get to this freedom. Once you get here, all of a sudden, life looks different, feels different. You can see what is available to you, right? And so remember to collect everything you need on this voyage, even the things that don't feel friendly, right? Even the things, everything is a lesson if we allow it to be. Bottom of the deck, we have healing chaos. And so this voyage, this space that you're currently in, this gateway is coming after you have gone through some type of storm, and whatever this chaos means in your life, whatever that is for you. We have butterflies surrounding this tornado, and butterflies talk about transformation. And in the beginning, they're not the most beautiful creatures, but in the end, they're just very graceful and light and majestic. And I feel like this is what it will look like for you. This gateway is where you really become and shine and step into what makes you uniquely you. And all of the chaos, it wasn't just to cause craziness, but it was to heal. It was to transform. And so it served a purpose. And you may have faced many tornadoes, on your journey, in your story, but they were all pushing you forward in this voyage and getting you closer to this gateway. First card out, we have Seven of Pentacles. So this is the energy of really being intentional, because you want to reap a quality harvest. And so when you're sowing seeds, when you're nurturing, when you have your hands in the dirt and you're preparing the soil, you're planting the seeds, you're revisiting every day to make sure that everything is hydrated enough. Hopefully the sun has a clear path. You're really preparing an environment because you foresee a future return. And so Seven of Pentacles says seeds well planted, efforts or investments that will be rewarded in the future. The need for patience, a time for resting and planning for the future, unnecessary worry. And so, in the beginning, before these flowers are as beautiful as they are now, it was really just a flat bed of soil. Couldn't see the seeds, you couldn't see the roots, you don't see anything until we get the sprout, and then but initially it looks like nothing's happening, but then in the end this is what you have. And so patience is required. Don't worry. This is a journey. This is not a sprint. So remember, this is a voyage, and even in the waiting period, even when it seems like nothing's happening, something is happening. And it's necessary for this final moment, right? So let the moments that feel like nothing happen, because they're actually something and they're vital to your voyage. Beneath the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Star. And so I feel like this gateway, on the other side of this healing chaos, when you come through this storm, you have transformed, from this caterpillar to this butterfly. You are this unicorn. You are this star. It says, have faith. The future is bright. Dreams come true. Positive changes that bring an end to challenging times. The light at the end of the tunnel. Once this tornado passes, the sun comes out, and then we can see, and then things are clear. So have hope, have faith. Tornadoes, storms, discomfort, chaos, none of it is what we would choose first. But when we see, if we can only see what lied at the end, we would take it time and time again. And so attempt to have the faith even when you can't see through the storm. Light at the end of the tunnel exists for you and these experiences, right? And this gateway, this crossing between the chaos to the calm, that is the gateway that you are in, and it is so necessary. And it's an important part of the voyage that you are on. So continue to plant good seeds even in the struggle. Beneath the Star, another beautiful card, we have the sun. This is beautiful, nines. It says a time of great joy and success, brilliant epiphanies that lead to magical opportunities, plans that work out perfectly, gratitude to the divine. When we talked about vast opportunities and just an awareness, I feel like the sun is very similar to the thriving, in the savannah, understanding that just life is really on our side, and it is when this freedom comes that you can see the sun, you can see the light. Things are clear. Out with the old, in with the new. Right, this is when thriving begins. Now, I did have a few extra cards come out. I always like to reference them just in case they speak to someone. First one is renewal. It says reviewing the past with compassion and forgiveness. Time to head in a new direction. Clarity on your life purpose. In your heart, you know what to do. And so this, the renewal comes after the chaos. And this is when we get to begin again, but in a different energy, with a different mindset, a different understanding. We've achieved wisdom. Now, we also have the Five of Swords. So this says an unwise choice. This is about gambling. This is about losing, not being mindful of our energy and how we spend it. Money is a form of energy. And so it says there's a better way that will make you happier. Avoid people who lack integrity or who have questionable motives. And so think about your relationships, think about what you've been in, think about the chaos. Were you in situations where you felt like you were almost gambling with your own energy by being connected with people, places, and things? Maybe you weren't understanding the value of you, and it took storms and chaos to break you free and to renew from energies that probably weren't a part of you thriving. Finally, we have the Ace of Pentacles. It says a windfall of abundance, wise counsel, or good fortune, an exciting career opportunity, a lucrative contract, significant purchases like a home or vehicle. And so this is being given a seed from the divine. She's carrying a rabbit, which is they represent abundance and fertility, because they mate and they grow, they populate very fast. So there's abundance that's available to you, and it's going to continue. It's not, this rabbit represents longevity, so it's endless, right? The fact that this is a youthful energy means that no matter what age you are, consider that you will have it from now until you're forever. Right. And so I feel like this is saying that this is a new beginning for you, but it will be here for a long time. And so the way that this is exciting. This is a seed, a one. This is beautiful energy. And this came after some type of loss or just something that probably wasn't in your best interest, but necessary for this in order to respect the Ace of Pentacles that is being given. You almost have to go through shady situations to really teach you, wisdom, right? And sometimes we have to be unwise or hang amongst the unwise to gain the wisdom, so that when we do get the gift, we know what to do with it, right? We know how to keep it. We know how to grow it. We know how to make it have promise. And so that's what this renewal is. Looking at the past with forgiveness and compassion for self and others, realizing we are going in a new direction. We are clear about what we want to do and what's in our heart. All right, and at the bottom of that deck, we have Nine of Swords, right? This is the energy of not being able to sleep at night. Something's on our mind, in our spirit, in our heart. We're not able to rest. Our mind can't rest, right? We can't find peace. It says unfounded fear, expecting the worst, thus creating self-fulfilling prophecies. This is like that analysis paralysis, just thinking about something to the point that you can't do anything else. Allowing worry to grow out of proportion to the situation. Sleepless nights, refocus your thoughts. And so, in numerology, 9 is, one step closer to the end. And so this worry, this fear ends at the 10 of swords, and then the cycle begins. And so whatever has brought you to this place of being stuck in fear, that you are unable to even give yourself proper rest and care and just solace, whatever that is, it is coming with the sun here, right? So the enlightenment that you need is coming. But right now, this energy just talks about kind of being in the darkness, not seeing your way through something. Your fears are just overwhelming, to the point that you can't see around them, right? But it's also an energy of looking at things from a scarcity, mindset, not realizing how abundant we are, and even when things look awful, they're not, right? So allowing our mind to do its job, but not letting our mind have the final say in what our outcome is. Okay. And so when we expect the worst, unfortunately, we have experiences that feel like the worst. And so this is not understanding how powerful you are in creating and co-creating your own story, right? And so when Spirit says, have faith, right? Have hope. Know that in the past you planted, oh, I love it. In the past you planted quality seeds. You will see them, but it takes time. That's twice we have the star for the star. I love it. And also Ace of Pentacles. And the extra card that came out for one was Ace of Pentacles. So that's confirmation. We're getting things that are consistent, and I think that's important when you're looking for signs and symbols, and when you're matching up energies to your life to kind of find your way through your story. I think cards that confirm and that double in sync, you know. So extra card that just came out is Two of Swords. So I'm going to take note, but this is, being blocked and not being able to make a decision about something. The arms crossed across our chest. This is like our heart space being blocked, right? Our eyes, obviously we don't have vision, so we're not able to make a choice from our heart. And we don't have insight and clarity. And so let's just keep that energy in mind as we move through the reading. Bottom, so beautiful, 9 of Pentacles, right? And so this bottom of the deck energy, I feel like this is about, being terrified of the worst happening, going through the chaos, and then realizing on the other side, oh, I am the prize. Right. So this 9 of Pentacles, this is about abundance and self-sufficiency and really creating your own wealth. This is you having it all. And the 10 of Pentacles is the next step. And that's really about having it in a family setting for generations to come. In the center of the deck, our center of our spread, we have the 9 of Wands. And this talks about really just being scared, right? Being anxious. Realizing that we have been through a lot, we are capable of a lot, we've been through a lot, and we don't know what's coming, right? So this is like, I don't know if I can handle this. It's been rough, right? And so this is the central energy. And so when we get this extra card of the Two of Swords, if we don't even know our own strength, then we're not going to ever be able to make decisions to get us out of tight situations, right? Or bring us to places of clarity. And so this is about overcoming fear and anxiety and realizing what this moment really is. We're facing an Ace of Pentacles. So this chaos, this storm, this transformation, whatever these storms in life are actually Aces of Pentacles, but they're hidden in the forms of tornadoes. And they make you think that you're not capable. They make you think that you don't have the possibility to even push through and become or achieve whatever these dreams and hopes are. But that's a trick, right? this Nine of Wands, you are on the gateway. So if you can overcome, if you can just believe and trust in your ability and to make it through this storm, to see this Ace of Pentacles, which is almost like the sun shining after the tornado passes. It's like, listen, you made it through. The transformation is underway now. Are you ready to accept this? And this is like, I don't know. I'm terrified. But Spirit says, listen, have faith in the future. The future is bright. Yes, it's been dark, but the sun is here. Like, it's bright now. The possibilities that you were dreaming of all along, they're here. In the darkness, it seemed that they were far, but they were getting closer at every moment. So this talks about positive changes that come at the end of challenging times, and the healing chaos speaks to that. You've been through the rough stuff. The gateway is about crossing that threshold and literally life seeming totally different, right? And so this is the light at the end of the tunnel. You've made it. And the star says, have faith. Continue to dream. Dreams do come true. Believe. Above this Nine of Wands, we have Wheel of Fortune. And this is about this voyage has been turning this wheel. This voyage that you've been on, this journey has been turning this wheel of fortune. And now you are at the point where the wheel has stopped and it has landed in a place that is favoring you. It is now time for you to accept this fortune and to believe that everything you dreamed of in this voyage, on this journey in the darkness, was real. It never looked like it or feel like it through the struggle, but it was real. Can you still believe it? Do you still believe it? Are you willing to accept? So the Wheel of Fortune is followed by the Four of Wands, which talks about, many things, but it talks about a moment when everything is as it should be to build something stable. This could talk about a home, but fours talk about hard work and consistency and responsibility. Four is about building. So this is about building something that is solid and committed and loyal. It could be with a person, it could be a project, it could be anything. But this is an intentional commitment that is meant to bring promise. And so the Wheel of Fortune brings that. So if you had a dream to build something, to be a part of something, to establish a household, a relationship or something, the seeds that you planted in your past were all leading you here no matter what the journey was. They were all leading you here. And at times it looked barren. It looked like nothing was growing, but you are worrying unnecessarily that the outcome you desire is not coming, but it is here. Can you see it? Can you feel it? Do you believe it? Right? And so, yes, you've put the effort in. The harvest, the future, it is coming, and this is saying, keep dreaming the dream no matter what. Keep dreaming the dream no matter what. And the anxiety, the fear about whether or not you can continue or cross or push through. Just think about this wheel turning in your favor. This Ace of Pentacles, above the Ace of Pentacles is a death, which, in the picture, it has the king, his crown, the king is dead. And so what once ruled is no more, right? Which means something else must now be appointed ruler. So what comes next? And I feel like this is about a changing of the times, a changing of the guards, and so after this death, after this ending, after this transformation, this gateway, this voyage, whatever, after this is about wealth coming in, stability, abundance. The Nine of Pentacles is about, being self-sufficient and prosperous, and you have so much because you gave so much. You don't just get to this space by chance. It's about what you planted before, but it is after an ending, it is after a transformation that we can welcome in this new ruler. And this new ruler looks and feels like the energy of the Nine of Pentacles, right? But you have to see the change, the chaos, the death, the ending. You have to see all of that as the as the gateway to this pentacle. So beneath the center card, our anxious friend, the Nine of Wands, we have Three of Cups, and that talks about joy and fulfillment and celebration and just happiness, right? It talks about social settings, being expressive, being creative, and the freedom that you seek. What is on the other side of your fear? What is on the other side of your anxiety? The energy that your dreams are giving you the energy of the Three of Cups. So it's almost like remembering why you even are going through what you're going through. It's because the joy, the freedom is there. You're always moving towards it. So consider that you planted the seeds and that favor is moving towards you, and that joy is coming to replace the anxiety. Right? And joy will free you. Happiness, success, like it's all coming. And so this fear, the energy of the Nine of Swords, the unfounded fear, expecting the worst and then unfortunately creating it, right? Not being able to sleep, being trapped in our mind, can't stop analyzing. What are we analyzing? Our freedom. What are we thinking about? What is this Three of Cups? What does, what connect freedom, connect joy, connect pleasure, connect social settings, being expressive, artistic. Think about those energies and freedom. And then consider what is scary about that. What are you worried about? What is keeping you up at night when you think about when you think? This is about refocusing your thoughts. But I feel like there is something that you can't free yourself from that's taking your joy, that is stopping you from sleeping. And so whatever that fear is, we have the energy of the Knight of Swords beneath the Ace of Pentacles. And I feel like, this energy talks about movement. It talks about many things, but it talks about movement and pace. Most cards are stationary. They almost show a snapshot in time, but the Eight of Wands, the Chariot references movement. The Knight, this shows change. It shows shift. It shows something. And so I feel like you have to get out of this Nine of Swords energy and see that what is ahead of the fear, what is ahead of the fog and the worry is really an Ace of Pentacle. And so I feel like this is about really only dealing with the truth. Any thought that crosses your mind should only be one of truth and clarity. It should only be one that pursues you on your mission. If it's a thought that keeps you stuck and low and worried, it's a thought that needs to go, right? Because it's stopping you from transforming. And it's not allowing you to free yourself and to experience the life that you truly desire. On the other side of this gateway is happiness, right? It's expansion. It's everything that you have wanted. We have the energy of the King of Cups. And I feel like this is the energy of you, right? Once you dream all your dreams and you realize that you are actually now living them, this is the joy, this is the success, this is everything you were worried about, but now it's here, right? So you have to cut through everything that is stopping you from realizing the truth and the reality that is available to you. Don't let the struggles and the chaos convince you that that's the end. And so this King of Cups is the energy of somebody who is emotionally stable, emotionally available. They are loving and supportive and intuitive and deeply in touch, empathetic. And so the Sun It talks about brilliant epiphanies that lead to magical opportunities, plans that work out perfectly, gratitude. I feel like this is the energy that you would give. This is the energy that you are stepping into. Your heart is content and fulfilled. This is about just total fulfillment. But we have self-sufficiency and abundance, and that came from hard work in the past that is now favoring you in the future, after periods of darkness and drought and struggle and challenge and resistance, and battles. Like, the time is now. The Knight of Swords says the time is now. Joy is here, fulfillment is here, freedom is here, success is here. Don't stop dreaming. Don't believe that where you are is where you will ever be. Allow what was to die so that the new can come, right? And it's been a voyage. So only take what really helps you in the future. Don't carry everything. This Nine of Swords, not being able to sleep, being stuck in your head, that's carrying everything to the point that you can't even rest to recharge, right? So really begin to purge and to release things that don't allow you to feel free. Anything that makes you feel bound has to go, right? This healing chaos is about your transformation and about you crossing into this new beginning, this new time, this new life, this new version of self, where through your energy as this King of Pentacles, you can dream and you can build and you can establish success and things that are that give longevity, right? Okay, nines, I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for stopping by. Take care.